of the Chicago Chronicles. We are Chris and Whitney. For those of you who are new to our channel, we are Chris and Whitney in the Windy City. We are sharing our lives living in downtown Chicago. These are kind of our weekly vlogs. We tend to share these pretty frequently, and then we also do videos about Chicago, so like things to do, places to eat, that kind of stuff, so that you can, plan a trip if you want to come here, because we think it's a great city and we think you'll love it as much as we do. So this morning, I thought I would give another knee update. I feel like the last few weeks have been the Whitney Knee Chronicles. So about 7 weeks ago, I injured my MCL, and it has been quite a journey getting back to normal. But I am really proud to say that I am finally feeling like 99.9% there. So feeling really, really good. I am a runner, for those who don't know, and I've had to obviously take a break from running while my knee healed. So I am finally kind of getting really back into it. Sorry, there was a train. I've got about a 14-ish day plan, and to get myself kind of like up to running at least a 5K. So I do have a race on September 6th. It was originally a 10K is what I had signed up for, but I was able to downgrade my registration to a 5K, which is perfect. So I think I'm gonna be ready. I am feeling really good, really strong, and so relieved to finally be on this side. Oh, I did want to point out that it did not show rain in the forecast, but it is a very misty, very humid, kind of crazy day this morning. I don't know if you can tell by my hair, but it is it's humid today.
Walking to the grocery store. I've been going to the grocery store a lot lately. It's like nice because I have like a day off, and Tuesday is a really easy day for me to go, so train is very loud. Anyway, I was saying that it's nice that I can go to the grocery store, because then that way Whitney doesn't feel like she needs to go on the weekend, which is we usually like to have time together anyway. So just leave Gertie at home just for an hour or two, and then get the groceries. So I'm letting Gertie out, and I'm in the section of woods here on the other side of Metra by the Art Institute, that I call the Lost Woods. But there's a huge limb that has fallen, I guess in the storm. Letting her do her sniffs. She's got to smell every smell. Trying not to let her roll into the ground too much because she just got a bath. So she likes to roll into the stinky smells.
Good morning. It is Thursday. This week has gone by really fast. I actually meant to vlog yesterday because we got some packages and I wanted to share those, but I was like, had a busy day at work. I did have like a small break in meetings, and so I walked home during that because I had like some meetings that were kind of like later, so I wanted to kind of get home before those. So I transitioned home kind of midday. That's when I picked up the packages, and then I literally went straight into meetings, and then it was like got out of meetings, had dinner, set, and then like we had a little bit of time to like watch TV and then go to bed. It was like a really busy day. But I wanted to share because we got some new things for Gertie, and we have a couple more things coming. We've ordered her some new stuff. We got a new accessory for our litter robot that I'm really excited about. So talk about that in a second. But I wanted to show these like little, so Gertie loves these like hide and seek toys or find and seek toys. So she has her little macarons. She has this one was the first one that she ever had. It's her little chipmunks, and she loves these guys. She's torn up the little like log pretty badly, but the chipmunks themselves are still in okay shape. And then she has a raccoons and a trash can. It's like hard to see if so I bought 3 more raccoons because I found out you could get a set of the raccoons. It only came with 3, and so I bought her 3 new raccoons. But it's really funny to see the old ones. Let me see if I can find an old one compared to the new ones. They're like the difference. It's like this one's, all his little legs are missing. She's really torn them to bits, and they're so soft like when they're new. So she loves their little tails. She likes to chew on their little tails. And then we also got her this little, so this is one of her new ones. So the chipmunk she's had, the macaron she's had, the raccoon she's had, I just got her a few new little raccoons to go in it. But we got her like a little molcajete with guac, and inside of it kills me, a little avocado, which she's already kind of torn up the stem. So cute. And then a little lime, and it's the cutest. can't even. A little tortilla chip. It's so adorable. And then the other one that she got that she literally just took and ran into the other room, so I have to go find her. She has had this mound and chipmunks, and that's been her favorite. She's loved that one. But it only had hedgehogs. 3 hedgehogs, and then they came in like a little mound of dirt, basically. It's like a little brown thing. She had torn the mound to bits, and she had torn all of the hedgehogs. Like, she had one old hedgehog remaining, and the other 2 had been completely torn open, de-stuffed, de-squeaked, all the things. So I went ahead and bought her a whole new set. She's brought one of the little hedgehogs in. Can we show the hedgehog? Can we show the hedgehog? She loves them so much. No? She's like, maybe. So I'll go grab that mound and I'll show you that one. Okay, so this is it. This is the little mound. So this is a nice fresh one now that she hasn't torn to bits. This is a new chipmunk here, so you can see the comparison, because this one in here I think is her one remaining little old chipmunk that she's just like really, it has no legs and it's just like falling apart. It's so cute. So the comparison of the 2 side by side is absolutely hysterical. Like okay, so the other cool thing that we got yesterday is our litter robot Hopper. So this is like a litter hopper for the litter robot. It holds the litter in it, and then it like will actually come out down there, so it will actually like disperse litter and keep it full, so you don't have to do it yourself.
Walking to work on a Thursday, there's like no one out here. It's kind of weird. I guess I must just be early enough. But it's always funny walking by the Art Institute, and like people are like taking pictures. It's like, I don't know. I was that way once. I was a tourist and wanted to like take a picture of every tourist attraction, but just funny now that we live here. I don't even care. Like, I mean, I care. I love the Art Institute, but it's like, I see it every day. So like, same thing with the Bean and the lake and like all of the really tall buildings. It's like, it's weird how you get like used to it and you don't really feel the same way maybe as like a tourist would with seeing it for the first time or something. Just interesting.
Okay, it is just about lunchtime, and I'm in meetings like all day today. So my meeting got out a little bit early, right before my noon meeting. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a smoothie. So I thought I would show you how I've been making smoothies since we got our like blender, our Ninja blender set thing from Costco. So I will show you how I make my smoothies in the afternoon. I'm trying a new one kind of today. I have been doing it with like just fruit. Well, I guess technically avocado is a fruit, but I decided I was going to add some avocado because I thought that'd be a good way to like get some like good fats in there, and it would also kind of add a creaminess. So I'm going to try it today with an avocado as well. Okay, so I already put the banana and the avocado. I was going to do half an avocado, but this was like a really kind of little one, so I thought I'll just do the whole one. Get the piece out. There we go. So avocado in here, and then I like to mix my proteins. So we get the protein powder from Costco. It's like this Orgain brand. And oh my gosh, get that open. There we go. Oh, this is a brand new one. And we get the vanilla and the chocolate. I like to mix the vanilla and the chocolate because like the vanilla just kind of adds a sweetness, and then the chocolate actually adds a little bit of a chocolate flavor. So I do 1 scoop of each in my smoothies. Chris likes the chocolate the best because he's a big chocolate fan. So he always does the chocolate. The other thing that we have been putting in here is the super greens. And Chris, like, I think has just been drinking his super greens in water. I mix it in my smoothie because I think it also kind of adds like a nice sweetness and flavor to it. I like the taste of the super greens. I think it's good. And I don't know. I kind of like doing it in my smoothie. So that's usually what I do. But this has a lot of different like things in it. So it seems like something that would be, you know, a good way to kind of get a variety of nutrients. And then also from Costco, we buy these big bags of like frozen fruits. I almost said vegetables. They're fruits. So I'm going to do berry in this one. I think the berry will be nice. I'm going to put some of that in there. Oops. Don't want to overfill it. I'm like kind of right at the line there. We also buy like the fruit that's like peach and pineapple and like some other things like that. But I thought this one would be good with berries. And then the last thing that I add is just some milk to give it a little bit of like a liquid. I think the avocado and the banana will help it not be too thick, but sometimes these can be kind of thick. So, all right, and then we'll blend this up and see what it's like. All right, and just in time for my next meeting to start, got my smoothie done, and it tastes really good. I do think that the avocado adds, because it's kind of a similar texture to a banana, so it adds like a little bit of like kind of a creamier texture. So really good. So those have kind of become my lunches on my work from home days. And it's worked out really nicely because I think I've mentioned earlier on in the summer, for those who've been watching for a while, that like lunch, like food is difficult for us this time of year with like Chris's schedule is like crazy and all over the place. So the super greens and protein and like being able to make smoothies and that kind of stuff has really helped us. I initially started trying to like make salads and stuff, and we honestly ended up like we would eat them for a little bit and then like we'd end up having food go bad. So smoothies have actually been a really great kind of option for like lunches in the summertime to kind of get us through this weird season where our schedule's really irregular and kind of all over the place. So it's been really good. I got an exciting phone call. Our pictures are ready to be picked up at the framing place. So I am heading there now to pick them up. We brought them in like, I think it's been almost 2 months. It's been quite a while. So I cannot wait. I'm super excited to see them. Here we are. I am home from the frame store and I'm so excited to show everything that so far has been framed. This is the Chicago Table of Elements, so like the elevated train. And so these are the different lines. There's like the yellow line, blue line, red line, purple, brown, green, pink, and orange down here. And then the different symbols are like represent all the different stops. So like as a for instance, if I find like close ones to here. So, here we go. So like brown line, you've got the Clark and Lake stop, State and Lake, Washington Wabash, Adams and Wabash, Harold Washington Library, LaSalle and Van Buren, Quincy, Washington Wells. That's like all the loop of the brown line. That's nice. It even shows the neighborhoods. Then you have the River North neighborhood or stops, the Old Town stops, Lincoln Park. This is really cool. So I had actually never looked at this in super detail. I love it so much. So this is one of our really big pieces for our Chicago gallery wall, and I am absolutely in love with it. It's from Transit Tees. If you are interested in getting it, you can buy it online. It is amazing. Then also we got this one here. This was from an artist I think this was at the Gold Coast Art Festival. It's one of the ones that we bought, but I love this one because it's Chicago style pizza. And of course the sauce is made to look like the skyline, and I absolutely love it. It's amazing. This one we went without a mat and just went with like a simple black metal frame. I felt like that was like perfect for this piece. This is another one that we got at that same art festival, different artist. This guy's company is Stuffed Brain. I'm pretty sure that's the one where we got this one. I am madly in love with this one. It is so incredibly awesome. We did the black core white mat because of the thick black outline of this like Chicago dog that is like a shark. It's absolutely incredible. I love it so much with the yellow metal frame, and I could not possibly love this more than I do. It is so incredible. My absolute favorite one. I cannot wait for this to be on the wall. This one here is another artist. Oops, that's kind of glary. Another artist that we found at the Gold Coast Art Festival. That's where we got these. Gold Coast Art Festival. Sorry. I couldn't remember which one we got them at. This is an artist. We actually bought several pieces from him. This is the only one that is like kind of more Chicago. So this one we actually, because like the train and everything in it, we were like, okay, this is going to go on the Chicago wall, but it has this like kind of like spidery looking creature that's like taking over the city. It's kind of amazing. It's real little. I don't know if you can tell by my hand, but it's a very small one. But it's got this really cool kind of like pewter looking frame. We do also have a photograph of the Chicago skyline taken from like a helicopter out over the lake that's in like a black metal frame as well that will also go on this wall. That one is actually one that a guy that I used to work with, he used to do well, I guess he probably still does. I don't work with him anymore, but he did videography for weddings, and he once did a wedding here in Chicago and was able to go out with a helicopter, and he actually took that photo. It was like the background of his desktop, and I was like, hey, can I get a print of that? I would love to frame that and put that in my house. So we do have that one as well that will go on this wall. And there's one more that I just ordered from Transit Tees that we'll take in to get framed. Okay, so obviously tonight I brought in the cross stitch to get framed. The cross stitch that is like, it's the temperature chart that's the whole year of our life. I think I've showed it on another vlog, but there's a little bit, I guess you'll have to see that in a future vlog because it's already dropped off at the frame store, so I don't have it to show you. But anyway, getting that one framed, and then this one just came today from Transit Tees. I was hoping this one would arrive for me to drop this one off in time too, but this is the Chicago Handshake. So it's a really cool print, and I think I'm going to do this one in a red metal frame, and I think this one I may do without a matte. Because I think that would look really sharp. But if we do a matte, I might do something that has the little, like the light blue. So we'll see. We'll kind of see what we think about that one. But I'll be bringing this one in over the weekend. I'm probably going to bring a few more in because I really am anxious to get everything done for this wall. We are waiting on one more very large piece that is actually one that my parents are giving us. That's a really cool like photograph of like the river, like kind of down the river with all the buildings. It's a really cool picture, and we'll get that one framed as well. So. Yeah, I'm so excited and anxious to get this job done. Now, I know that all the ones they're taking in to get framed, I'm going to have to wait a little bit for. So what I'm going to do tonight is take all of this like brown paper that these came wrapped in and cut them into like the shapes and sizes of the different pictures that we have and those that are coming, so we can start to actually lay out the wall. Because I'm okay with going ahead and hanging some of the stuff that we have as long as we kind of know where everything else is going to fit in. Because at this point, I now at least know everything that's going to go on the wall and the size of it. So the only thing I don't know is the size of this one technically, which I will know on Saturday. So I'll know that very soon. And I'm not going to hang anything tonight. So I'm just going to kind of start laying it out. But this one will be a little bit up in the air on whether or not I get it matted. But otherwise, then I'll know the size of it. So I'm so excited.
All right, just leaving Mariano's. Stopped at the grocery store on the way home after work. We were going to make tacos tonight, but Whitney decided that she wasn't feeling good, so we're just gonna have pizza. But I still got the stuff to make tacos because Whitney really wanted to make like Taco Bell style tacos with like the shredded lettuce, and she wanted soft tacos, so I got gluten-free flour tacos, and then a Taco Bell hot sauce, like a little jar of it they have at Mariano's. So the other day I was like trying to text Whitney, and like I was like, do you want the mild, the hot, or the fire? And then at Mariano's it's like inside Lakeshore East, and then it's like a stone or concrete building, or it's like underneath, and the service is terrible. So I was like outside leaving Mariano's, and Whitney's text came through when she answered, but I already bought both of them, or hot and fire, because it was cheap, and we'll go through it. So yeah, so then I was looking through Mariano's for the hot sauce before I remembered that it was probably in like the Mexican section. So I was over by like the condiments, and they had hot ones, hot sauce. So they had like the original, they had Los Calientes, Barbacoa, and Verde, and they had like a couple, the classic, but they had buffalo sauce, which you guys know I like buffalo chicken. I really like the buffalo flavor. I like hot chicken sandwiches. I like that a lot, so got a bottle of that to try.
It has been Gertie's week because we got one more package, but 2 more items for her. So in addition to all of her like toys that we got her, we bought her a couple of like kind of interactive like treat related toys that are, I think, good for like her brain, but also good for distracting her while we eat dinner. And one of them is for her, like it has like dental treats that you put in it, and so it's like good for her teeth. So I'll show you those, but I'm excited to try the dinner one tonight because she gets kind of like, she's not a beggar because we don't give her people food, so it's not like she's begging, but she, I think, is just curious when we eat, and so she's very annoying when we eat. So we're hoping this will keep her distracted. Do you want to show off your bite and brush? You want to show it off? Show how it works? This is the dental one. Can I see it real quick? And you put like, oh, just real quick. Oh no, okay. Well, you put a little dental treat inside of there. And then she like bites on it, and it like kind of, is supposed to brush their teeth while they're chewing on it. All right, and then the other thing we got is this thing called a popsicle. And so it gets a little treat like this. This is the one that I'm excited about for dinner for her, because I think this will keep her really distracted. This says 20 plus minutes of play. So should be really good for us while we're eating dinner. Good morning. It's Saturday morning. Well, Saturday afternoon, technically now. We filmed a couple videos this morning and then realized we were really hungry. And for some reason, a salad sounded really good. And there's a Potbelly just like literally in the building behind us. So I was like, how do you feel about getting Potbelly? So Chris is actually on his way now to go get Potbelly. But he was standing at the door, literally about to leave. We were talking about something, and I saw something fly in the air, and I saw like reactions from the animals, like watching it, you know, and I'm watching it too. And it went over kind of toward the window, and I was like, you're not leaving yet. Come back in here. It's like, you can't leave me. There's something flying around. It was a wasp, which is wild. It's really, really rare in a high-rise condo to have bugs. It's just not something we typically have. Occasionally we'll have like teeny tiny little spiders, like things like that, but we don't usually have bugs here. And for a wasp to be in here, that's like really bizarre. And I was like, oh, I'm so glad that you had not left yet, because you would have come home to like me out in the hallway, just like not willing to be in the house. So thankfully that's taken care of, and we're about to get some delicious lunch, and I'm so hungry, so I cannot wait for that.
All right, so we were just filming some talking head videos for the channel, and then we were hungry, so I decided to go get lunch. We got Potbelly. I haven't had Potbelly since I worked at Crate and Barrel, but I had to get a Dr. Pepper. I feel like I'm like Verena, Whitney's mom. Every time we walk by Potbelly, she always gets Dr. Pepper because she likes the fountain drink there. But yeah, I was just getting lunch and then just kind of hanging out before I had to go to work.
We are heading out for the afternoon. You still have a little bit of time before you go to work. Mm-hmm. We're going to go separate ways. I'm going to go back to the frame shop and take a couple things, and you are going to take Gertie for a walk.
Yeah.
She didn't seem too excited.
Is she ever?
Well, we separated in the lobby. Chris went out the front door and I went out the side door, and Gertie realized it immediately. So our doorman was laughing because Chris was having to kind of pull Gertie, because she was like, wait, but mom's over there. Hold on. It's really funny. But she wouldn't like the direction I'm going, because I'm going toward the train. She does not like the train. Okay, 3 more prints dropped off. We are slowly chipping away at our collection of art that has been sitting an embarrassingly long time before getting framed. And it's so fun to take it in there, because sometimes I go in with a little bit of a vision in my brain, and then it doesn't always come out that way. Like sometimes I end up doing something totally different, and I kind of love that. It's like, I don't know, it's exciting to kind of put it together, and then it's like, oh, I was actually thinking a totally different direction, and but I'm always pleased with how it turns out. So always enjoy getting things framed. So I'm super excited about that. Now we just have to wait and be patient for them to arrive. They have been redoing the sidewalks here on Wabash, and it is like the construction has been such a mess, and so they have it all kinds of torn up over here. Good morning. While Chris was at work last night, I decided to start putting up kind of like my proposed gallery wall. So we have only a handful of the pictures. I'll kind of talk through what we've got, but we're going to try to hang a few things this morning. Okay, so the long blue line across the bottom is just for like height. I wanted everything to be above that line, so that was just a visual reference. These little blue lines here, that one and that one, are floating shelves. So like we have one picture, the Chicago style pizza one is going to go actually on the shelf and kind of be leaned back versus hung. This river photo, my parents are shipping that to us. It's actually because my dad works in Texas, so he has an apartment down in Texas where he stays when he's there. And it's actually in that apartment, they're going to send it to us. But this one we just recently got back from the framers. This one we got back to the framers. That's the Chicago Dog Shark. And then the little city monster one, we got that back from the framers. The temperature chart's the one I just left. So that one is a to be, well, not TBD, but like it'll be coming later. And then our table of elements we got from the framers. Skyline we already had, so we'll have that one to hang today. And then I just left this one with a frame or two. So we'll have 3 that we're still waiting on. And then my little cross stitches here. So we'll be able to put most of it together today. And then the river photo one we should get from my parents, I think probably toward the end of next week. So shouldn't take too long. And then we'll just be waiting on the 2. So I think we'll just kind of have them there as a lovely little paper decorative wall element until we're able to finish the whole thing. But I like the layout. Okay, we're making a couple of minor tweaks. Yeah, so you're going to scoot this one over a little bit more toward the window.
This is the bottom line now, not this?
Correct, yeah.
Well, I don't want it to be like, I don't want this, but this is too tight.
Right, I agree. I think like it needs more space. But the problem is with this one too, like if you make it like super even with the table of elements, it's like they're almost the same height.
Yeah, no, it needs to be
so
lower.
It needs to be offset a little bit, yeah.
I think what you need to do is you need to move the table of elements.
You want to move the flag to a different spot. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I like that better. Good thinking. And then I see the cross stitches we can kind of throw in once the picture's on the wall too, because they're kind of...
That's not, I don't want that centered, so
yeah.
we'll adjust that one, maybe.
But I think roughly. That's why I was thinking a little offset there. Yeah, it sticks to the wall a little bit. We used like what's that stuff called? Like I don't know, tacky, putty stuff.
Sticky
like,
tack.
sticky.
That's the brand.
Oh, Sticky Tack is a brand name.
Yeah.
We used some of that to like so that we can kind of move it around. But it is making spots on the wall, so I have to you kind of like have to rub it.
Sometimes
and
they
get
call
it
it
off.
like poster putty or.
Yeah. But we didn't have much of it left, so I used what we had to get everything to kind of stick on the wall. But it's a great way to kind of like lay it out so we can test it before we, start making holes in the wall.
Elements.
Yeah, I was thinking table of elements first. So Chris did add a little, just to give a teeny bit of height over here to kind of show what's going to be on that shelf. So I think, and for future planning, we've got a little bit of space to grow. We can also kind of, in the future, kind of condense things a little closer together and grow. Because we'd like to be able to add more art over time. But I also want it to look somewhat complete as it is now. So we're going to start with the table of elements. First one to hang. I like it. My target was to make it kind of in line with the far side of the
That's what I'm asking.
register. Yeah.
Dust that first.
Is it dusty?
The register?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was doing something I was just making the bed. And then I just happened to notice how dusty the picture above our bed is. It was so gross. I was like, oh. So I dusted that real quick.
Yeah. The dust in here.
Yeah. Dust in Chicago is a real thing. It gets very dusty very fast. Yay. First one up. Oops, watch out, Gertie. Next up is the Chicago dog. Oh, Gertie, sweetie, we just got a nose smudge on it. Which is going to be centrally located in a place of prominence because I love it. Yes, I think that's about perfect. Let me see centrally. Yeah, I think you're really good there. All right, so next up are the harder ones. So we've got the City Monster one, but we're gonna hang that on 2 like nails basically. It's got the saws, remember? And then we've got the 2 shelves.
I don't think it's charged enough.
Yeah, well, it was dead when I plugged it in, so. Doing the old-fashioned way. So pro of living in a Chicago condo is you don't really have to use tools very often. But the con is that when you do have to use them, like something like the drill is usually dead, right? Because we don't touch it very much. So this is just a little picture ledge kind of shelf that I got from IKEA. I bought 2 of them. They were really inexpensive, but it has like a little tab, like a sticker tab that you just put over the little screw hole. I think these were like, $7.
They're very similar to the ones that I have in my office.
Yeah, but are the ones in there are they wooden or are they
they're
metal?
Just like this, they're longer and they're shorter.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And the lip is smaller.
Yeah. Yeah, and they have like a little groove in them for a picture. Do you think hook it in too, or do you think you just... That doesn't feel terribly secure. It feels like we should.
No, that's exactly.
Isn't it supposed to go in the groove here?
It is.
No. Oh, it isn't it? Okay.
That is in the groove.
Okay.
Versus...
And you don't think we need to secure it?
No.
Not going to fall over on your head while we're watching TV? Okay, progress is being made. I got my cross stitches up there, and then Chris is hanging the other floating shelf. I would think like just a little plant for right here. So I'm probably going to pop into TJ Maxx on my way home. I'm going to brunch this morning with some friends, so I'll probably stop and see if I can get like just something a little green to go there. And I've got a few things for that shelf up there. Chris is fixing the Sears Tower Lego set that I just broke in half while I was trying to clean it to get it ready to go on the shelf. But I put it the wrong direction. Whoops. I bought that for you. It was early on.
Was this when I watched the dogs, or was it when you went?
No, it was when I went to Chicago by myself for like a couple weeks. Like we were kind of not really officially dating yet.
Yeah, but then this sealed the deal.
They did, yeah.
Also, I just want to point out that it just says Sears Tower.
Yes.
Not
because it is the Sears Tower, not the Willis Tower.
Sears Tower. But yeah.
Okay. Last shelf up. And we got some stuff up there. And then we've got our little city monster. This one's like kind of hard to see from here, but it's a really fun little... It's real little, but it's super cute. All right. Back up. I think it's looking pretty good. So that's all we'll get for today. River photos should get next, as that hopefully will ship toward the end of this week. And then we'll just be waiting on the last two from the framer. Gallery wall complete for now until we find more art we want to add. Well, I'm on the train platform now. I was like running to get here. I wanted to make sure I made it. I've got like 2 minutes to spare before the train gets here. I'm meeting some girlfriends for brunch this morning, but I really wanted to wrap up that project at home before I headed out. So I'm running a wee bit late, but I think I'll make it just in the nick of time. Well, I am done with brunch. I actually meant to mention beforehand, I was trying a new place that I haven't tried before. It's called Griddle 24. It's like a little diner, kind of breakfast diner place. They're open 24 hours, which is why it's called Griddle 24. And they have a ton of gluten-free stuff. So they had gluten-free pancakes, which is wonderful because I don't always get to have those. So that was awesome. But one of my friends that I was meeting has celiac. So there's 2 of us in the group that need gluten-free. And so she always has really great recommendations for good places to go to get gluten-free food. So it was really yummy. I had like the Irish skillet, so it was like kind of a corned beef hash skillet with like scrambled eggs and hash browns with gluten-free pancakes. So I have plenty of leftovers. Chris is closing tonight, so that'll be good for me to have something, other than like, I don't know, a frozen meal or something. So it'll be good. But now I decided to walk home instead of take the train because it's a lovely day. It's really beautiful out. And I've got a few errands I'm going to do before I go back to the house. Okay, I am just heading into TJ Maxx now to see if they have a little plant for our shelf. Okay, these are exactly the kinds of plants I'm looking for. And I actually think this one may be perfect. Okay, this one looks good here, I think. Looks like it's in good shape. I think that'll be a really good size, like the pot's nice and small. So this one may do. We'll walk around and see if there's anything else. They have a little chip cup. That's so cute. Okay, of course I always have to go through the dog stuff. They have little Halloween Lambos. Oh my goodness, little witch one. So cute. And of course you can't forget the cats. Look at the little bat one. Oh my gosh, that is adorable. I am back home now. I was hoping that there's like a little fabric store on Wabash. It's the craziest place ever. They have way more in there than you should have in a tiny place like that. But I was hoping they would have interfacing, but they are not open on Sundays. I think I knew that. So I walked by there and they weren't open, which was fine. I did get the little plant from TJ Maxx, and it's the perfect fit for the shelf. Just right. So now we kind of have 2 little spots of green with the little plant up here and this plant here, which I think is really nice. These are just these like cheap little fake plants. I think it was like $7.99 at TJ Maxx. For being like a cat parent, for those of you who have cats, they tend to want to eat plants. And also I have a black thumb. So we have like lots of reasons. Plants also can be very poisonous for pets. But cats in particular, they can be very poisonous for cats. And also I have like basically a black thumb. So there's like lots of reasons that we don't have real plants. We have one real plant in our house, and it's our aloe plant, which is in like a hanging thing in our bedroom. So, and I barely keep it alive. So I do these fake plants instead of real plants. And I have a lot of little plants like that kind of all over the house. And they're like TJ Maxx ones. That one was like $7.99. This one up here though is actually from IKEA. And I want to say I got it for like $4. It was like super cheap. So, but I love these little guys because they add just like a pop of green and color, and they kind of look natural, even though, you know, they're not. But I think it looks really nice. I'm super pleased with the gallery wall and how it turned out. Okay, so with the gallery wall done, the living room is feeling a little bit more complete. Well, not done. The gallery wall in progress. The living room is feeling a little bit more complete. I'm super excited to get the rest of the pictures. It's probably, unfortunately, going to be at least like 6 or 8 weeks before we get the ones in the framers. They just take a long time. I think they get pretty backed up at that shop. So it's probably going to be a while before we get the last 2 pictures. But it's coming together. I'm super pleased. This is a busy week. We had a lot going on this week. So I am afraid that this weekly vlog is going to end up being like 45 minutes long. So I hope that's not the case. But thank you for sticking in there for those who did. It's been another week of the Chicago Chronicles, and we will see you in the next one.